This 17 News at Noon podcast is brought to you by Clinica Sierra Vista.
Welcome back to 17 News at Noon podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us for 17 News at Noon. I'm Maddie Jansen, and today for Nicole Gitsky. This morning, the acting United States attorney announced the culmination of a 5-year-long gang investigation across California. The arrest comes as a result of the joint operation between the FBI and DEA and local law enforcement agencies. Acting U.S. Attorney Stephanie M. Hines said leaders of the Nuestra Familia prison gang and San Jose Grande and El Hoya Palmas street gangs were arrested on charges ranging from drug trafficking to murder. The arrest occurred up and down the state from Humboldt to Kern County. Millions of dollars is becoming available to help local renters make ends meet. The Bakersfield City Council last night approved the use of millions of dollars in rental assistance from the federal government. In all, $22.6 million is available to help renters in Bakersfield. This comes as the state's eviction moratorium is set to expire in 2 weeks. The funds will be administered through the Kern County Housing Authority. Renters can apply online by going to rup.kernha.org. The program runs through December 18th. Wildfire news now, and the KNP Complex fire in Tulare County, which is comprised of the Paradise Fire and the Colony Fire, continues to burn out of control. The Paradise Fire prompted the Tulare County Sheriff to issue a mandatory evacuation order for part of the community of Three Rivers. Sequoia National Park is closed to the public, and employees who live inside the park have been evacuated. Officials say the Colony Fire poses a threat to the park's giant forest, but not imminently. More than 2,000 sequoia trees are potentially at risk. Smoke is choking the Three Rivers area with particulate matter in the hazardous range. The KNP Complex fire was sparked by lightning on September 9th and has burned close to 9,000 acres with no containment. Meantime, 200 Greenville residents are suing PG&E, alleging the utility is responsible for the destruction of hundreds of homes and businesses from the Dixie Fire. The two lawsuits allege the Dixie Fire, burning north of Paradise, was sparked on July 13th after several blown fuses and PG&E equipment malfunctioned. The lawsuit states the company failed to maintain the vegetation around its power lines. One man says the fire destroyed his family business of 40 years.
One day you think that the fire's not going to be coming into town, and then the next day the town is all gone, and there's so many stories out there, so many folks that have lost everything.
Although no formal findings have been reached, PG&E has acknowledged to California power regulators that a tree leaning into one of its power lines may have started the Dixie Fire, which has scorched nearly 1 million acres to become the second largest in state history. Now to coronavirus in Kern County, as public health reports 510 new cases of the virus this morning, along with 4 new deaths. More than 1,500 people in Kern have died from the virus since the beginning of the pandemic. By our count, at least 145 people have died since vaccines became available to everyone. Public health says nearly 99% of people hospitalized with COVID in Kern are unvaccinated. While many Americans have yet to receive their first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine, a debate is raging over whether the fully vaccinated need more protection from a booster shot. Tomorrow, Pfizer will break down new booster shot data to a panel of outside advisors to the FDA, and that panel's expected to recommend whether more Americans should get the extra shot to help protect against COVID. This comes after Pfizer issued a 52-page report where it called boosters an urgent public health issue. Some doctors say there's not been enough evidence to support most Americans getting those booster shots. They suggest that it might only be necessary for older Americans and those who are immunocompromised. Meantime, the Kern County Latino COVID-19 Task Force is joining with other community organizations for a vaccine clinic today in Lamont. First and second doses of the Pfizer vaccine and doses of the single-shot Johnson & Johnson vaccine will be available. It's happening at Nueva High School from 3 to 6 p.m. There will also be complimentary tacos while supplies last and live performances. Attendees are asked to wear a mask.
Clinica Sierra Vista is now offering rapid COVID-19 testing and COVID-19 vaccinations. Call 833-278-4584 to make your appointment. But don't delay. Clinica Sierra Vista, putting patients first.
17 Crime Watch now. A man was shot early this morning and the shooter is still on the run. It happened at Ohio Drive near Highway 58 and Union Avenue. BPD says the man was taken to the hospital and is stable. If you know anything about this shooting, you can call the department at 327-7111. A homicide investigation is underway in Lamont after a man was found dead with signs of trauma to his body. According to the Kern County Sheriff's Office, deputies were called to Haybecker Road near Panama Road just after 4:30 yesterday morning for reports of a person down. Homicide detectives were called to the scene to investigate, but officials have not provided more details as of news time. If you know anything, you're asked to contact KCSO at 861-3110. A bank robbery that led to a high-speed chase on Highway 99 yesterday ended in a rollover crash. The Bakersfield Police Department says a person robbed the Wells Fargo on California Avenue just after 10:30 yesterday morning. The robber took off in a car and police followed, traveling northbound on Highway 99 before the robber crashed north of Bakersfield. The driver was arrested. We're still waiting for more details from police. Pedestrian safety now. A man is hospitalized after he was hit by a train in East Bakersfield. It happened around 5:45 yesterday evening at Baker and Sumner Streets. According to police, the man was walking southbound on Baker when he tried to cross the train tracks and was hit. The man was taken to the hospital and at last check was in critical condition. And now to a devastating crash involving 3 young children hospitalized this morning along with their mother after they were all thrown from a car. None of them believed to have been wearing any safety restraints at the time. It happened just after noon yesterday on southbound Highway 99 near Kimberlina Road. The California Highway Patrol says a tire separation caused the SUV to leave the road and flip over, ejecting all occupants, 3 children between 2 and 4 years old and their mother. CHP stresses the importance of securing your children when they're in the vehicle.
The children are 4 years old and under. They should be in car seats, some kind of a child restraint system. It should be properly installed in the vehicle. That would have saved them tremendously. You can't stress it enough. Your kids are the most important cargo in that vehicle, and so they're very precious to us. We need to take care of them while we're transporting them.
One child with what officers described as moderate injuries was airlifted to Kern Medical. The mother and her 2 other children were taken by ambulance. Crews are installing perimeter fencing around the U.S. Capitol building ahead of the far-right Justice for J6 rally scheduled for Saturday. The rally organizers say they plan to protest the ongoing criminal cases of some 600 people charged after the deadly riot on January 6th by supporters of former President Donald Trump. D.C. police said various streets will be closed and parking restrictions will be in place. U.S. Capitol Police asked the Department of Defense for the National Guard to be ready to help with security if needed over the weekend. The installation of concrete barriers and tall metal fences are expected to be completed today. It will be removed again following the protests this weekend. And looking ahead to this weekend here at home, the Clear the Shelters event is almost here with free pet adoptions. The event begins Saturday at 8 a.m. at the Bakersfield Animal Care Center on Mount Vernon Avenue. Adoptions are first come, first serve, so make sure to get there early. All fees will be waived. Masks are required regardless of vaccine status. If you'd like to fill out an application in advance, you can go to kget.com and click on the Clear the Shelters banner. We are officially 1 week away from the Kern County Fair, and things will be a little different because of the pandemic. Fairgoers will see a COVID warning added to tickets. There will also be fewer rides to help meet social distancing guidelines. The fair will have signs posted reminding people to protect themselves with masks or vaccinations. Masks will not be enforced for outdoor or indoor events, but they are encouraged. The fair is September 22nd through October 3rd at the Kern County Fairgrounds, and you can expect to see TV 17 there to kick off the festivities. Today, veterans aboard the first honor flight since the pandemic began will return home to Bakersfield. 180 veterans boarded Flight 42 at Meadows Field Airport Tuesday morning for the first honor flight since March of 2020. The group will be welcomed home tonight at North High's football stadium. It's set to return around 7 p.m. and organizers say the group will hopefully arrive to North High by 8 p.m. Honor Flight is urging the community to bring out the whole family along with some banners and posters to help welcome home this group of heroes. Weather's looking beautiful for some boat racing on Lake Ming this weekend. The lake shut down at noon today and will be closed through Saturday. The National Jet Boat Association takes over the waters for the Stacy Webb Jr. and Linda Jones Memorial Race. Tickets are $10. Kids 12 and under are free. There will be food vendors on hand and racing starts at 8 a.m. Your time now is 12:15. Hoffman Hospice asking the community to lace up their running shoes for the 5th annual Run to Remember. And hey, weather's looking great for the run this weekend. Organizers say it's a way to pay tribute to someone special in your life and share old memories while making new ones. Registration is $40 per person and includes food, swag bags, and custom awards for each age division. Participants can choose between a 5K, 10K, or 1-mile walk. It's happening this Saturday at 4401 Buena Vista Road. Check-ins are from 7 to 7:30 and the race starts at 8 a.m. For more information, just head to kget.com.
The 17 News at Noon podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.